11/20/22 come to order. We'll open with prayer and the pledge. Pray by Mr. Kenny, led by Mr. Clyde.
Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you, God, for the opportunity to be here tonight. We pray, God, that you help us to take care of school business, Father. We pray, Lord, that you give us great wisdom and discernment to make good decisions, Father. We thank you, Lord, for our leadership here at the district office and at our schools. We thank you, Lord, for the opportunity to teach these wonderful kids. We pray for all of our families, God. We pray for your hand of protection upon our schools, Father. Lord, help us in this endeavor as we work together or with the community, Lord. So bless our time together. Help us, Lord, to conduct ourselves, Lord, in a way that is pleasing to you today and every day. In Jesus' name, amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We were right on item number 2, recognitions. Mr. Bennett.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Anytime we get to do recognitions, this is always fun. And at different times of the year, we have different kind of recognitions. This is always joy. We can brag on kids and brag on parents. I know you are proud of your kids and why they're here tonight. I know you know why they're here tonight. But there's been some incredible accomplishments that they have done. And so we want to recognize them. We've got Joshua Crump. Who's that? Come on up. We'll get all y'all stand. I think everybody's here. Ellie Petty, she's not here. I think she's playing volleyball tonight. Jaden O'Neill. Jaden, come on up. Stephen Morales. Come on, Steve. And Haven Davis. And I'm going to ask their principals if they would come up at this time as well. I'm going to put them on the spot a little bit. And so what we're going to do, and I just want if y'all just say a quick word about each one, and I'm gonna let you give them an award as the principal. Okay, what did they do? They got a perfect score on the end of your test in different areas. So let's give them a hand. I grab the one that was here. Okay. All right. And Miss Mandy's gonna take some pictures. So Josh Crump, perfect score. You know what that means? You didn't get any wrong. And they wanted that, and they tell you if you get them wrong. FSA biology, one end of course assessment, perfect score. We're proud for you. Mr. Willis. Yes. You want to say a quick word and then you got a letter from the governor. So I'm gonna let him say a quick word and then go get a picture with you. Yes.
Okay. So Josh is a model student at LCHS. One that you don't have to worry about. He's going to do what he's supposed to do, and he works hard in all that he does. And we're grateful to have him. And not everybody has achieved this. About 342 kids. You're the only one that achieved this. So that's pretty remarkable for the hard work he put into this. I know that I'm proud of him. Our teachers and staff are all proud of him. And are very fortunate having as a student at LCHS. Be good to see you.
And if you'll just stay on in, then we'll just kind of go through them here and then we'll get a picture together. All right, Haven Davis, grade 7, perfect score, Haven. Grade 7, English Language Arts Assessment. Didn't miss any. How about that? Let's give her a hand. The governor and certificate.
If you guys don't know Haven, she is one with she's a bundle of energy. Every time you see her on campus, she has that smile. Always asking questions, even though you don't know what the answer is going to be half the time. She's a 3-sport star. So along with doing what she does in the classroom, you know, she's out there on the fields and doing what she does there, and then taking time to do what she does. So she is what we're about here in the region. That's excellence in everything we do. So proud of it.
Jaden O'Neill. Grade 7 mathematics assessment. Perfect score. Didn't miss any. Let's give him a hand.
Pleasure of knowing Jaden since he was probably 1, 2, 3, when he was little. So I've seen him inside and outside the classroom. One thing I can say about Jaden is he's one of the most conscientious students I've ever been around. He wants to get it right every single time. And he's had, grandma has raised him, and he experienced a lot last year with her going through surgeries and stuff, but I'm so proud that he was able to overcome and prevail and keep his nose in the books and do everything that makes me so proud of him. And I'm proud to know you, Jaden. You're a remarkable young man. Congratulations.
All right. Last but surely not least, Stephen. Perfect score, grade 4 English language arts assessment. That's an incredible feat. And you were the only one in the whole school district that did it. Let's give him a hand.
I see Stephen just about every day, and every time I see him, he has a smile on his face, but he's always talking to me, and we always have a conversation. But he's like that all around our campus. When I go into the classrooms every day, I see him. He's in there, and he's grinding. He's asking questions. He's focused on what the teacher's telling him to do. So I'm very proud of where he is and what the accomplishment is. Someone's mentioned the number of students at the school. These are 2 of our top 2 out of 502 students. So that's a huge accomplishment for them. So congratulations.
All right, so we're gonna ask y'all if y'all come in the front, in front of the board. The board will get behind them, kind of close by. Princeton, y'all come stand with them as well. They need to-
And I'm wearing a dress. I'm gonna have to come up on the chair.
No, you're good.
You can go behind us.
Trying to get over the faces.
I just squeeze in there. All right, thank y'all. We're just gonna do, we've got a few more recognitions, and then we'll take, Mr. Chair, is it okay if we take a quick break? Anybody wants to leave, you're more than welcome to stay for the rest of the board meeting. While he's here, Mr. Crump. He was sick when we did this. Physically, he couldn't come. I don't know if they had COVID or what. Mr. Crump retired this year. He's been a fixture at Hosford School for a long time. Miss Stephanie, come on up. She's been waiting to talk about you for a long time.
She said something good.
I'm gonna let her talk about you. Mr. Crump, we miss you at Hosford School, and the kids miss you. And so I'm gonna let Miss Stephanie give this to you. This was what we'd have given you if you would have been here that night, but you were under the weather, couldn't come. We saved it for an occasion such as this.
Mr. Crump is an absolute treasure. I miss him so much. So he is one of a kind. If you ask any student who's ever had him, they adore him. He has many names: the Crumpinator, the Crumpster. What was some of the others? If I known we were doing this, I would have worn my T-shirt that had all his names. But he made learning absolutely fun for his students. There's not one student in there who did not enjoy his class. He did a lot of hands-on things. He worked hard to help students achieve, and I'm so proud of you and the many years that Miss Maria made you stay in Hosford School. I'm grateful for. I didn't think she'd ever let him retire, but she finally let him come home and play his chess. And so thank you for all the hard years you put in. It was well worth it for us, for sure.
It's a joy and a pleasure. Love the kids of Liberty County, especially the kids in Hosford. It was never work. It was always a joy.
They had a big day for him over at Hosford School, had him on a throne and everything. It was big. Okay, so our last recognition, I want everybody, this is really good. This is second under the kids. The kids were the best. This is second best. Liberty County Schools began an accreditation process well over 10, 11, 12 years ago. I want to thank Ms. Gay Lewis, who really kind of spearheaded that. Accreditation is an opportunity for us to show a third party that we have some credibility in our academics, really every facet of our school, academics, athletics, finance, all the areas that affect the school system. And so the initial accreditation process was quite intense. They sent a team out to the school district. I was on the school board meeting, serving with many of y'all, and we went through that process. They asked a gazillion questions. You tell them what you think you do well, and then they come and look for evidence that you're doing what you're saying you're doing. Same as now. So this accreditation lasts about 5 years, and then you have to go through the accreditation process again, or a re-accreditation process. We did that. We were supposed to do it, I believe, the year 2020. COVID kicked in, and so nobody was going to schools to do the audits, and so that got delayed until this year. And so we completed our audit in May. They was able to do this remotely, but we had a lot of online stuff. In some ways it was easier, some ways it was harder. But I want to say from the bottom of my heart, I am so stinking proud of the Liberty County school system, how well they did on that audit. They did a wonderful job. The things that we said we did well, they saw it. The things we said we struggled with, they saw it. They know we're human and we're going to get better. We've not arrived. I think if we ever get to the point where we say we've arrived, we're fooling ourselves. We want to constantly be in a state of getting better, working harder, and grinding. As Coach said, that's what we want to do. So we went through that process, and they have reaccredited us. So we have certificates for our schools. So I'm going to start with Liberty Early Learning Center. Ms. Chesney, come on up. You'll give her a hand. So let me tell you a little bit about Liberty Early Learning Center. We have in the top 10, when I go to these superintendent conferences, they talk about kindergarten readiness. And our school district, Liberty County, is always in the top 10 of kindergarten readiness. And so I have other superintendents come to me and say, what are y'all doing? And I just say one word, Chesney. She does it. She gets the job done. These kids are ready. And then the schools, the K-8 schools, where they are already at, when they get kindergarten, those kindergarten teachers are the beneficiaries of that kindergarten readiness. So they take some kids don't know how to hold a pencil yet. They get them all from all kind of ranges. Some of them have special needs already. Some of them have some verbal issues where they can't speak and communicate the way they need to. And we should go ahead and start intervening early to make sure that they get the best chance they can to get a good education. Those formative years are very important. We want to do our best in that. And so, Ms. Chesney, this is from Cognia. This is a certificate of accreditation for Liberty Early Learning Center. You have met the criteria for educational quality established by the Cognia Global Commission. And congratulations. It was hard work. It was. Congrats, Ms. Chesney. So they come in, they do the district as a whole, and they do each individual school. So there may be a school that's got a problem, and everybody passed. Everybody got reaccredited. Toller, K-8, W.R. Toller. This is Mr. Wheatley's second year back at Toller School. He's doing a wonderful job there. I've known Mr. Wheatley a long time, played basketball against him in middle school, and he beat our eyeballs out. And he has done nothing but work hard. and lead, and I'm very proud of the leader he is. I'm very proud of the coach he is. He's taught and coached my children. Some of y'all's kids in here, he does a wonderful job. He leads from the front, and I appreciate Rob Wheatley and the job he's doing. Him and Miss Jessie down at Toller K8. Let's give him a hand. Sir. All right, Hosford School. Stephanie's talking a lot up here, so she's not allowed to talk on this one. Hosford's a wonderful place. I'm a graduate of Hosford School. Mr. Crump, I think, taught all three of my kids when they came through Hosford School. Bless your heart. There's an extra crown in your in heaven. But we appreciate Miss Stephanie. She's in her second year of being at Hosford School. Was a 21-year veteran teacher there. Knows Hosford School backwards and forwards and every side to side. She knows it. Is doing a wonderful job. Recently just finished her educational leadership degree. Y'all give her a hand for that. A little over a year for that. I'm very proud of her accomplishment. She does a wonderful job. We're tickled to have Ms. Stephanie Davis lead our Hosford School. Congratulations. Liberty County High School. How many of y'all went to Liberty County High School? Okay, keep hands up. How many of y'all were married to somebody who went to Liberty County High School? Keep hands up. Okay. How many of y'all know somebody who went to Liberty County High School? Okay. How many of y'all wished you went to Liberty County High School? Okay. All right. I always did it. Guidance poll, we used to do that. Liberty County High School, great school. We have 2 K8s, but we all funnel into Liberty County High School. We all become Bulldogs together. Panthers become Bulldogs, and the Bulldogs become bigger Bulldogs. Out of total. Liberty County High School, a well-greased machine. A school this year. If they wouldn't have been an A school, we probably wouldn't have been an A district. We were right there at the bubble, and they did the work. They got the work put in, and another A school year for them. Eric Willis does a wonderful job. Him and Mr. Davis leading. Excited about their leadership there. The camaraderie that they bring to Liberty County High School. If you go on campus, you see a lot of people being able to get along and work together, and then it comes from good leadership. So I appreciate Mr. Willis. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. And so overall, the district gets awarded accreditation. So I'm excited for this. I'm going to ask if our board chair will come and get this on behalf of the school board. Would y'all like to all get the picture? Can we do that? Let's do that. So, yeah. Why don't y'all, let's get in the front. We'll get in the front. Y'all want us in the front, or how y'all want to do it? Let's all, everybody. We got right. Let's do it. Let's do it. We'll get on the end of it. Hands, give you that. Awesome. I'll give the board a hand.
Just take about a 3-4 minute recess. If you like to leave, you can leave, but we like to stay. You can stay with us if you want to. If you need to go, we understand.
Good, Pearson, Chipley, the game board. Sally, so.
Thank you all.
We're recording back. Comments, item number 4, superintendent report.
Mr. Chair, I know they had talked to me, but do y'all want to say anything before?
I mean, I want to address one of the issues out of the two, what you say you're gonna try to resolve that second one, but the issue that I want to address is issue out in hospital.
Okay, you want to talk to me afterwards about that? Okay, okay. Sounds good, we'll do that.
We're right on superintendent report.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Two Baker today, sorry, it's a little longer. AC issu's been resolved here at the county office. It's now freezing up here, so we're not complaining. Notice I put that in there, we're not complaining. It's been very nice having that. But we're still looking at, waiting on being able to split that up, if saving money in the long run if we get some individual units, but for right now, we're in good shape. Very proud of our reaccreditation from Cognient. Again, this gives our schools much welcome credibility from a third party, independent third party that does this. They do PAC, they do colleges, they do school districts. So we're very pleased with that. I'm gonna send out a press release tomorrow. I put a copy of that there with your stuff. You'll see that'll go out on Parent Square, paper, and social media tomorrow. Very proud of that. Veterans Day plans for schools. We met with our principals at our October principal meeting, and so this is. Then we had our principal meeting yesterday. Toller will be doing a lunch for veterans on Thursday, November the 10th down at Toller, and then when that's over, later that day at 2 p.m., the high school will be doing a Veterans Day program at the football field. And so Hosford, they'll be honoring veterans on November the 18th. And then November 11th, obviously, is Veterans Day. That's a Friday. And so there will be no school that day. We'd love for you to come out to any and all of those events. Come eat lunch with us. And then we would be honored to have you. High school volleyball team ranked #1 in the state. Very proud of Coach Sewell, Coach Taunton for their investment in our girls. We have a huge game tomorrow night against Sneeds up there. And we've swept Bluntstown. We're looking for a season sweep over Sneeds. That'll be a big thing. If we're going to make the Final Four, road goes through Sneeds. Got to beat Sneeds and Bluntstown. Got to beat both of them. Number 5, Mandy has submitted. Yesterday we talked. There's a transportation grant. It's a non-competitive grant. Looks like we are going to be able to squeeze out a van for that. Robert Manspeaker is the state director of transportation for the area. Y'all knew that, yeah. So she's been talking to Robert, so he's helping us on that. So we hopefully get that van for one of our K-8 schools. $15 an hour for anybody making less than that kicked in October 1st. I want to thank Melanie and her staff for the extra salary schedule. They had to make 2 salary schedules for that. They were able just to do that. A lot of figuring went into that. I've shared with you before, it's about a $250,000 impact, recurring cost. We can talk about compression and how to deal with some of that other as we get some more money coming in. But right now we needed to meet that financial obligation, and we're going to be able to do that. Number 7, Sean Rebel, Bob Parrish, they have the pole barn company up the road. They're donating a lean-to pole barn for the Liberty County High School practice football field. This will serve as a permanent cooling station. Statute requires that you have a cooling station at football practice. And down in Toller, they have a little pole barn up there by the football field. They've been using tents. They need something more permanent. But this will also serve as a cooling station with some storage out there for tackling dummies and different things out there. We're trying to figure out the best way to run power there. We've got a 200 amp service at the field house and a 100 amp service at the old shed, but both of those are full, and we're gonna try to run 200 amp out there while we're running it, just in case you ever build onto it or add onto it, you got plenty of power there, we'll have to redo that. We can cover the cost of the wire to wire it. The Bulldog Club is going to do concrete, so they'll pay for the concrete, so it's a really great donation for them to pay for it. That'll be a few $1,000s, so we're excited. I think it's a 23 by 40 lean-to pole barn. Half-cent sales tax, November. Political action committee's been placing flyers and signs in the community. They'll be doing that again Friday night ball game. They've been advertised on Facebook. There's a Facebook page. This again could provide about $200,000 for our schools for renovation, construction, computers and stuff. Appreciate Jackson doing our workshop last month, helping us make sure, letting us know what we could do and what we could not do. Liberty County has a home football game Friday night. This was not originally on the schedule. We played Pike Liberal Arts School at 7, and so we will have an extra home game this year. Very typical about that. Hofstra School Panhandle Conference volleyball champions. Toller came in second, but boy, they played tough. Could have went either way. Obviously, the best middle school volleyball programs in the state of Florida is right here in Liberty County. So we're excited about that. And it's also number one in high school. We're excited. We have another CDE interested in new market tax credit funding. That makes 2 now. I talked with Eric Davis yesterday. I've actually talked with him today, sent him all the relative information that he's requested for that. So he continues to encourage me and say the same thing he said before, that we will, receive funding. Awards start going out in November. October 17th, this may have slipped up on a few people. No school for students. This is a planned professional development day for staff, so that'll be next Monday. Number 13, our November monthly school board meeting will be combined with the required organizational meeting. Y'all know that we always have our organizational meeting. We'll pick chair, vice chair, and bank and all that stuff time. It is during fall break, and I apologize for that, but that's the, you got to do it 2 weeks after the general election. So that'll be on Tuesday, the 22nd at 5:30. What we would ask, and I put this on here, I hope we're in agreement. If not, we can back up fund. It's just to do our November meeting during that meeting. So we just have one meeting in the month of November. Is that okay with everybody? If not, we can change it, but I was just thinking that'd be one meeting we don't have to do. Number 14, the FAS conference that y'all approved for me to go to last month, obviously was canceled during, because of the hurricane. It came through that very week. We would have been in Orlando. That was where it was going to be. So obviously, Senator Mumford made the decision not to do it. I'm glad that he did. Praying for all those. Just one particular county, DeSoto County. Bobby Bennett, superintendent down there. If y'all have any your school board member friends from DeSoto, they're really hurting. DeSoto's and they're like us, they're poor, rural, and their one high school just got decimated. So they're struggling. We'll keep them in our prayers. The next conference will be in end of November, coming in December, and that's a joint conference with FADS and FSBA, which is what y'all are a part of, Florida School Board Association. If you would like to go, there's different parts of that. You can go for 1 day, one training, 2 days, or all of it. If that's something, and I'm going to assume y'all got some guidance on that, or maybe some emails. If you didn't, I can direct you to that. If that's something you want to do, let me or Renee know. We'll make sure we get you signed up, get your registration, and we'll approve those expenses at that November board meeting. If that's okay with y'all. 16, this was an issue that came up at the last board meeting. Any district employee that uses a personal vehicle when a district vehicle is not available is eligible to receive reimbursement for mileage. Not a new rule. We've been doing that for years. I am shopping for a reliable pickup truck for here. The truck that was here obviously went to the high school when that, and so we are down a truck, a vehicle here for putting yard debris, garbage, just general stuff around here. I'm very confident. I've got a couple of them looking at that probably cost us a couple $1,000 that will do the trick. So I reached out to the county first to see if they had any surplus, and they told me they loved us too much to send us something that they had. They wouldn't run real well. But anyway, Lord's willing, we'll have some in the next few weeks to have here for drone to drive. Thanksgiving lunches at the schools. This is always a good thing. They do some fabulous Thanksgiving lunches. These are the dates. November 15th to be at the high school. Possibly going to do something here. Renee sent out some an email today. We'll see if that was, if they were going to kind of do that, kind of the size and scope of what they want to do. Hosford on the 16th and Kohler on the 17th. So if you want to come eat Thanksgiving lunch with us, we'd love to have you. And lastly, just thank you for your input, your advice, your visits, and helping schools in the community. Y'all do so much. We have a big fish fry Friday, helping raise money for the girls' Hosford basketball uniforms. I know many of y'all were there to help cook, catch, clean, do all that stuff. And so thank y'all for doing that. Y'all are always helping some kind of place, and I appreciate your presence in our schools. Please, feel free anytime to go by and visit, and let them know you're there to help. And if obviously you see things that I don't see, then let me know. But more eyes is better. Any questions?
We right along by the same, approve minutes. Item 5, addition correction to the agenda. Item 8, need a motion to approve adding emergency item 10A and B. Have a motion. Debbie, have a second?
Second.
Secretary, any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item B. Need a motion to delete action item 9S. Have a motion? Motion, Mr. Secretary, second.
Good.
Mr. Flower, any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item C. Need a motion to correction to action item 9P. Have a motion?
Motion.
Motion, Mr. Moore, second, Mr. Flower. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Next item 6, approve agenda. Need a motion to approve agenda for October 11th, 2022. Have a motion? Motion, Ms. Joseph, second.
Second.
Ms. Flower, any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item 7, approve minutes. Approve September 9th, 2022 public budget hearing and regular meeting minutes. Have a motion? Motion. Ms. Flower, second, Ms. Singletary. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Next item B, need a motion to approve September 21st, 2022 executive session minutes. Have a motion? Motion, Mr. Moore, second. Second, Ms. Jody, any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Next is item 8, consent item. Need a motion to approve the following report, transaction, principal report for September 2022, financial statement for September 22. Budget, we didn't have any budget amendments. The bills and payrolls for September 2022. Have a motion? Motion, Mr. Jody, second, Mr. Flower. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Next item B. Need a motion to approve October 11th, 2022 personnel consent table. Have a motion? Motion, Ms. Singletary, second. Second, Ms. Jody, any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Next item C. Need a motion to approve October 2022 out of field teacher. Have a motion? Motion, Ms. Flower, second. Second, Ms. Jody, any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Next item D. Need a motion to approve October 2022 updated sublist. Have a motion? Motion, Moore, second. Second, Ms. Singletary, any discussion?
On these, we talked about before, but we start to narrow that list on down, the ones that we call, they never come in, or
That'd be a principal question. Are we, y'all having some? Yeah. Y'all know who to call and not call?
Yes.
Y'all don't call them, but they're still on the list.
well, I know it starts every year, to kind of refresh it, but during the year that falls on and off, depending on what's happening. But yeah, like, see the same business like addition. That's someone called 70,000. Whatever. Amazing work, can't do that. Wonderful waste of people's time calling, after.
They know.
Yeah, we already marked. Yeah, okay.
It's fine, and that if they don't work after a year,
We can purge them.
Thank you, if they paid for their drug test and all that, you have to leave them after 1 year. Then after a year, we can purge them all.
If they're not active.
If they're not active, we can purge them after a year.
So that just doesn't get. Over the years, it gets very
and
robust.
it appears that we have a lot of subs to the eye, but we really don't have a lot of active subs.
Some are just certain days of the week or. certain-
Right, I mean, so, you know,
Right.
Right.
All fair side? Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item E, need a motion to approve 2022-23 updated salary schedule. Have a motion. Motion by Jody, second. Second by Singletary. Any discussion? All fair side? Any opposed? Motion carries. That's item A, need a motion to approve school board member and superintendent salary for 22-23 fiscal year pursuant to the salary formula in chapter 145, Florida statute. Have a motion. Motion, Mr. Flower, have a second. Second, Mr. Moore, any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item B, need a motion to approve revised travel expenditure in the amount of $1,274 for Stacy Pant, food service supervisor, and Renee O'Brien, executive secretary to superintendent to attend the Florida School Nutrition Association Annual Conference and Expo to be held in Jacksonville, Florida, October 20th to the 22. 22. Changes are highlighted. Have a motion. Motion. Singletary, second, Mr. Moore, any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Next is item C. Need a motion to approve travel expenditure in the amount of $622.39 to Reggie Sampson, safety and security specialist to attend the 2022 school safety specialist and mental health coordinator convention to be held on Tuesday, October 18th, 2022 in Seminole, Florida. Hotel and travel reimbursement to participants from FDOE. Have a motion. Motion, Mr. Jody, have a second. Second, Mr. Flower, any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item D, need a motion to approve out-of-state transportation of Liberty County High School FFA students to attend the 2022 Sun Belt Ag Expo in Logan, Georgia on Wednesday, October the 19th, 2022. This is a one-day trip. Have a motion. Motion, Mr. Moore, second. Second, Ms. Jody, any discussion?
Mr. Chair, question, do we have a bus that's gonna take them up, who's, or how's the transportation working out?
To do a bus, we always do a bus.
We got a bus, 2 buses, we'll get back early, and then we'll stay.
Okay,
Bus driver's on the side.
Cool.
thank you.
All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item E, need a motion to approve drop request of Jenny Griffin, administrative technology, effective November 1st, 22, with final retirement termination date to be effective no later than October 31st, 2027. Have a motion.
Motion.
Motion, Ms. Jody, second. Second, Ms. Singletary, any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Next item F, need a motion to approve drop request of Brenda Green, guidance counselor effective October 1st, 2022, with final retirement termination date to be effective no later than September 30th, 2027. Have a motion. Motion, Mr. Moore, second. Second, Ms. Singletary, any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Next item G. Need a motion to approve suspension without pay of Ashley Ernest, custodian at Tober School, beginning September 29th, 22. Have a motion. Motion, Ms. Singletary, second. Second, Ms. Flowers, any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item H, need a motion to approve terminating the employment of Ashley Ernest, custodian at Tober School. Have a motion. Motion, Ms. Jody, second. Second, Mr. Morris, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Next item I, need a motion to approve disposition of property. Have a motion.
Motion.
Motion, Ms. Flowers, second. Second, Ms. Jody, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Next item J, need a motion to approve idea part B, preschool entitlement FDOE project award notification for program period of 7/1/22 through the 6/30/23. Have a motion. Motion, Mr. Moore, second. Second, Ms. Jody, any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item K, need a motion to approve idea part B, K-12 entitlement FDOE project award notification for program period of 7/1/22 through the 6/30/23. Motion. Motion, Mr. Singletary, second.
Second.
Second, Mr. Flowers, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Next item A, need a motion to approve adult education and family literature, adult general education, continuation project award notification program period 7/1/22 through the 6/30/23. Have a motion.
Motion.
Motion, Mr. Flowers, second. Second, Ms. Jody, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item M, need a motion to approve Title I, Part A, improving the academic achievement of the disadvantaged project, awarding notification for program period of 7/1/22 through the 6/30/23. Have a motion. Motion, Mr. Singletary, have a second. Second, Mr. Moore, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Next item N. Need a motion to approve instructional materials, ARP, ESSER, project award notification for program period the 9/2/22 through the 9/30/24. Have a motion. Motion, Ms. Jody, have a second.
Second.
Second, Mr. Flowers, any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Next item O. Need a motion to approve recommendation of Holly Sugar effective July 1st, 22 through June the 30th of 23, supplement paid from idea part B K-12 grant for other support personnel to provide clerical support for the director of the ESE to complete duties such as grant management assistant, billing and invoices, contract management, and purchase orders related to ESE. Have a motion. Motion, Mr. Moore, second, Mr. Flowers. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Next item P, need a motion to approve 22-23 contract for corrections or educational services between the Liberty County School Board and Twin Oaks Juvenile Department Incorporated, effective July 1st, 2022 through June the 30th, 2023. Have a motion. Motion, Ms. Jody, second. Second, Mr. Singletary, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Next item Q. Need a motion to approve school improvement plans for Oxford Elementary and Junior High School, Liberty County High School, and W.R. Tover KH School for 22-23 school year. Have a motion. Motion, Ms. Flowers, second. Second, Ms. Jody, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Next item R, need a motion to approve the uniform statewide assessment calendar for 22-23 school year. Have a motion. Motion, Mr. Moore, second. Second, Mr. Secretary, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Next, item S, we need a motion to approve 5-year work plan. Have a motion. Motion, Mr. Secretary, second.
Please.
Moving on to emergency items. Item 10, A, need a motion to approve bank account 16103160001, signature authorization, request removing Jason White. Do we have a motion? Motion, Mr. Jody, have a second.
Second.
Second, Mr. Flower, any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Motion passed. Next is item B, need a motion to approve Xerox lease proposed agreement. Do you have a motion?
Motion.
Motion, Mr. Flower, second.
Second.
Second, Mr. Moore, any discussion?
That's pretty cheap, I can tell you. That's about as cheap as it comes to get that. How we got that deal, that's pretty cheap.
All fair say aye. Opposed, motion carried. Next is, need a motion to approve Xerox release, proposal agreement for Hospital Elementary and Junior High School, effective the 10th of 6/22. Have a motion. Level A. Need a motion to approve second reading of policy manual, special updates. Have a motion. Motion, Mr. Jody, have a second. Second, Mr. Lawler, any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Opposed, motion carried. Board member concerns. Mr. Flowers?
Couple of things, and Kyle, this, probably don't need that right away.
Okay.
But I would like to be able, I've had a couple of community members ask me about being able to go out and eat at lunchroom at high school. Just to see what kind of food and stuff that's served and have available out there. I told him, I said, but I'll talk to them. We can probably set up someday you can go out there and see the types of food we have.
Yeah.
And what brought this up, I guess, is so many kids, parents having to bring the kids lunch out there because they said we got good food. Pretty good food out there. So maybe one day on that road a little bit.
Absolutely.
We can set something up and maybe.
Just come in and go through Raptor like we do, and we'll
Yeah.
walk down there and
You know,
so
it's maybe a certain time.
Far more leeway than the K-8s, as far as being able to
high school got a lot more choices with all the card items.
Yeah.
And that's right.
And that's where, and you know, we may need to know up front what the price is gonna be, so we can tell these folks, hey, it's gonna cost.
Right.
$5, $8.
Right.
Just so they, cause they don't really know that here's what kids say. Right. Absolutely, today that we're gonna go out there, walk through and see what choices they got.
What was it? Not, was it the summer before when we had the?
It was last summer, we had the
So we had the tasting of the high school buffalo chicken pizza.
Yeah.
There were only so many people involved, certain people involved.
Yeah, I'm just saying those are the top items, and I'll tell you, those are the top items they have about every day, chicken fingers, fries.
Salads, they have salads out there.
Salads.
Yeah, I mean,
Salad.
I've kind of impressed with it. I wish they had them back in the day when I went to school. So that was one thing I wanted to, maybe we can work toward get. And the football shed out there, the football field that's being donated to us. In your comments, you said that the Bulldog Club was on wire.
The inside of it,
Now, where are we talking about putting the shed?
on the south end of the practice field.
Now, if we put it there, we're gonna have to run underground power to it, correct? How much is that gonna cost?
Got a quote from City Electric about $2,100.
$2,100.
500 foot of 40-40-20.
Where's that gonna come from?
Well, that's part we haven't resolved yet, because
Field house, the new field house or what?
well, we're trying to do it from where you got, somewhere there. The problem is right now, the 200 amp service at the existing field house, you got 100 amp at that little shed. All that 200 amp is full, so you're gonna have, you gotta figure out another way to get a service, a pole or something. And so Kevin met with Florida Power last Monday, and they're supposed to be giving us some prices. We've talked about a couple things. Could they run something down the fence line? Put a service there, it'd be a lot cheaper to run underground from there if they run down that. I don't know if the neighbors want to see a line. We're just trying to figure out every kind of way to do it.
That 2,100 that's just wire.
Just the wire.
That's not the.
That's not the labor.
Right, that's just
gonna
for the wire.
And the conduit,
Conduit, we looked up conduit, it's gotta be in conduit, if they run 2-inch conduit, that's what it's gonna take, it's gonna be another $2,800 for conduit, then we gotta rent a trencher, then we gotta put the labor up, get it run down there where they want it. Actually, The engineer, I was out there with Kevin, because Kevin wanted me to go out there with him. The engineer hadn't got us the full price yet. But the Bulldog Club is adamant about putting it at that end of the field, but if we move it back up to close to that, the old field house up there, which I don't see where it would be a problem. The electrical company said they would hook it up there for free, where it's gonna cost us probably around $8,000 to do it the other way.
And that's my thing. Move it back up to the other end, what's the,
I think the reason they want it on the south end is where we can share it for the softball.
Share it for the
baseball.
softball field, baseball
And
field.
and
I mean,
that's
I
a-
talked
and
to
that's a
Matthew.
one-time expense.
Yeah.
I'm just
The other thing,
thinking out loud.
the other thing is the cooling station. That's a big deal. You know, if
Well, that has to be
if
for
you
all.
gotta go from the field, walk around and get way back up there, you kind of defeat the purpose. They want a cooling station at the place.
Well, I mean, it would be at the practice field. If the only thing you're doing as far as football field, if you move it to where it would be free, it would suit the same purpose as what it's gonna suit at the other end of the field. It's the same distance.
For football.
For football, but when you go to talking about baseball and softball and track and all that other, yes, it would probably be good the other way. But like I told Matthew when I spoke to him last week, when these quotes come in, everybody's gonna have to sit down and weigh
That's
out the odds, because right now, they just came to Miss Petty and said it's gonna cost $2,100. $2,100 is only for the wire.
well,
Anything
that, whenever I was discussing with doing a little research that I did, it's gonna cost more.
It's gonna be leaving
Over $10,000 probably.
We don't,
Wires.
there's no decision been made. Well, what I'm saying was the wire, the 500-foot wire in the ground, I kept conduits about $2,100.
Yeah.
So we don't have a total cost analysis. We gotta figure out how, you know, what they can do, what they can't do, and we'll make a decision.
And the engineer from Florida Public said they would not run it over anybody's land, so we can't come from the side and come across somebody's yard. They said they do that as a practice, they don't do anymore. So it has to come down our land, it has to be a primary. We cannot run the primary anymore over our property
Gotta be
above ground, it has to be underground. Only can run a secondary above ground, so it has to be underground all the way across that parking lot. It's 498 feet from where they want to put it to where the pole's gonna be.
I just wanna make sure we do this. We spend our money wisely.
Sure, absolutely. 100%.
Because if it's gonna cost us $10,000, put it down there, we can move it this end.
Right.
And it costs us nothing, then we need to save that $10,000.
Okay.
Now, if it's gonna be used for softball, football, track, and everything else, are they gonna be available to use it, or is football gonna take it over because it's right there in football and they store it all?
They're gonna be the primary.
Then that's what I'm saying.
That's right.
If that's gonna be the case, just put it down there where it ain't gonna cost us no money to put.
Gotcha.
That's my thing.
Okay.
Now, there's 4 more board members here. Probably.
Can I interject? Can I interject there?
Yeah.
That heat risk assessment stuff, that applies for all sports. So if you've got all of that heat risk equipment under that shed, and I'm just thinking out loud, and you've got it in that centralized location, if the temperature is a certain degree during baseball or softball, you still have to have that stuff readily available for those kids.
But is it readily available there? Versus the softball, baseball, and track field. That's not readily available.
When you typically don't need it for softball and baseball, because it's cool, it's spring, it's still chilly. Football's your biggest beneficiary.
It's only about
I would love
200 feet difference between where they want it. So you're gonna gain 200 feet closer.
200 feet difference.
Yeah, 200 feet closer to the the baseball field, the softball field. So you're gonna spend $10,000 to $15,000 to gain 200 feet.
Yeah. I mean, it's just something and I would probably, because it was good to me, and I want us just to look at it, make sure we look at it. Or,
Absolutely, we'll do.
so,
No decision's been made.
pretty much just thank everybody else for the job that they're doing, things rolling right along. That's it for me, dude.
Let me go back to this. I think that the most important thing is transparency and making sure that our softball coach, our baseball coach, our football coach, our sponsors, our booster clubs are all involved in this. And it's not, a dominant decision on where to go and what to do. I think that is key.
Yeah.
Because we have had turmoil after turmoil with softball, base, one gets favor over this one. We are working so hard as a board, as an administration, to solve this and try to make this better. So I think when we talk about it, lay it out on what it is, whether it be Bulldog Club, whoever. I understand $10,000, but at the end of the day, do you want to be 10 years down the road still suffering because everybody's mad about it?
Right.
And we've already seen it's happened.
Over 10 years down the road, say, I wish we had spent that money
Thanks.
one time.
One time.
I know we're broke,
I
but that's a one-time expense.
just think it's important to let everybody
But I
know
don't
what's
think
going
so.
on. Absolutely.
Well, absolutely, I'm sure that.
We removed the firework clean off the door.
I haven't got it done yet.
Okay,
I'm still working on it.
okay, all right. How's the field house managed?
Field house, we got doors now, just slowly but surely, I want to make sure that we got funds for that. We obviously general fund. General fund, do we start getting some, ad valorem tax revenue next month? So I just want to be careful, we don't use it there and go, oh, we need it here, we need to remain solid on this end, so. Right now, we're just kind of holding the pattern. Still waiting for electrical numbers from Kyle had them last week. And so we're just gonna kind of take it slowly but sure, but we definitely work on it.
Well, we don't have like a timeline. Checklist.
So if we get the half-cent sales tax approved, I would love to talk to y'all about some plans I got for going ahead and accessing some money, knowing that money's coming in and trying to do something.
It's like fast, and I'm sure we all.
Yeah.
Well, when are we gonna see that field house open?
My biggest thing is that you got money there, that's what it's for, you won't need it for nothing else, that kind of stuff. And we're real close, but not there.
On that vehicle, just run it by, you might want to check with Department of Management Services, state surplus. They see, they surplus vehicles all the
Okay.
time, so it might be a possibility.
Get it for free.
I think Kevin has checked before, was unsuccessful.
Yeah.
But hey, you just never
Yeah.
know, I looked up and find some. And state contracts out there, and they sometimes offer much cheaper prices on vehicles too, so.
Okay, we'll do.
Good, Mr. Chair, thank you.
Good this afternoon, Ms. Singletary.
Something I should have brought up 2 months ago, and I guess I kept forgetting. Football season is almost over. I don't know if anybody else notices, but the road going by the north end zone that comes out of the bus barn from Highway 12. It is black dark after a football game, and there's kids everywhere, people walking to their vehicles. Chamber owns that field where the helipad is, right? Correct. Who would we need to contact about getting some security lights put there? 'Cause I mean, I know you all noticed, when you pull out of the parking lot at the gym and going towards the bus barn, you cannot see. I mean, it's black dark, it's dangerous.
It looked like the city,
They don't,
that's the city.
So in the past, they don't parking, if you remember 2 years ago, they wouldn't let us park there once.
We don't park.
Well,
They don't want lights there either.
I don't
Oh, we
speak.
do. Some people do.
It has started back just a tad and some gradual, amounts, some going over there,
It's so dark, it's dangerous.
But really, I think we could contact the city, because that falls under the city, about putting some street lights up there, maybe.
Just a couple.
Okay.
It seems to be worse from the gate, like where the ambulance goes in.
right?
From the gate to the field house.
Okay.
It's black as, I mean. Dangerous. Thank you, that's all I have. Everybody have a happy Thanksgiving.
Yes.
All right.
Few things, Ms. Mandy and Melanie, all y'all. I appreciate y'all getting all these project awards and everything. We don't get that. We're all big hurt about it. And also the two CDE we have now, and that's even better, I'm stretched out. I looked at the first year I was at first time.
Me too.
Here we go, and last thing, so my football field house, the top trip clock, Ruby Powers there.
I did not check on it.
So there would be decent power up there,
Okay.
and I'm sure.
I'll do that in the morning.
Thank you, Roy, appreciate it. You know, all your work. Before students just shine, make work. Thank you.
That is,
Sure.
need a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Jody, meeting adjourned.